All right, YouTube, since nobody on YouTube that I could find is showing how to take the transmission control module out of a 2015 Chevy Impala. Now this body style goes all the way to 2020, maybe 2021, maybe more. I'm not following up with that, but nobody could tell me, at least when I searched, how to get the TCM out of this car. So this is the oil fill, transmission oil fill, and I had two of these cars, so I went and ripped the other one out, trial and error style. Here's the other pan. And what I did was I used this as a model. As you can see, I'm putting the bolts from my pan, take them out of this car into this car and put them there. So you see the pan is off. What I've got to do that is there's a ground for the battery, negative battery terminal. I found it made the wires a little bit easier to get to, or this easier to move away. See if we can get some light on it here. I'm not gonna have great shots, but so obviously going through and taking every single one of these bolts that are surrounding out. You see those three down there are loose. Take them all out. This is what I used. Was an air tool. Made it a whole lot easier than wiggling around this 1/4-inch drive. It just does not work efficiently. But this tool does. If you don't have one of these or an air compressor, then you're gonna have to wiggle your way around with one of these guys in a 10mm socket. Now this extension was only used for the last bolt, which was down there holding up the transmission computer communications line. So without this little extension, you can get them all done, mostly all of them done with this and this little ratchet tool. Now this is I don't even know what brand this is. I got it from the pawn shop. So once all of your bolts are out, which now I'm just going to collect these final three, my handy dandy magnet tool. I put them, every single one in here. If you don't have obviously not many people are going to have a whole spare cover, and there are differences in a couple of them, which is why, I mean, they all seem to be the same length, but look at this one. That has so you can attach something to it. But I'm not a Chevy certified Chevy mechanic, but I do know that this computer would not communicate. And I checked the relays, I checked all the pins, everything seemed fine. Everything was fine. So now it just leads me to believe that this transmission ECM went out. So now that all the bolts are out, this is not going to be easy. So I would say this is a moderate job. So this will come out. It'll feel loose, pretty loose. Actually, you could see the struggle there with that. This needs to come off. Which it should fully come out. But this one, the other car, I had torn apart the whole front end. And I might even add that video to this video to kind of give you a better perspective. But this car is all put together. Front end is still on. The other car I had radiator fans, radiator, condenser. I had everything off the front of this car. Bumpers, headlights, nothing was left. So this was a bear to get out, particularly this corner here. And so that meant pushing all of this stuff out of the way, just barely enough to get this to squeeze out and up. And I can show you this struggle, but I'm not going to bore you to death. But I'm going to show you the after video of when I get it off. But this is going to be a pain in the neck, because you have these condenser lines, radiator condenser lines here. It was just a nightmare. Like, they couldn't make this easy for the DIY guy in their backyard. So anyways, I'm not going to struggle on camera. I'm just going to spend the next 30 minutes trying to get this out.